The Week in Dummary.
Welcome to the Week in Dummary, the sideways look at the week's current events in nice, small, vaguely inoffensive chunks, to be taken weekly after your anti-anxiety meds kick in. What kind of news channel would this be if we didn't start with the Orange Man in the White House? Everybody's least favourite demented grandpa was forced to insist, yet again, that he didn't say what we all heard him say. At the end of a press conference, something shiny appeared on the Guide to Surviving COVID 101 board behind him. Making his biggest mistake since Donald Trump Jr., the stable genius suggested that doctors should look into disinfectant as a possible cure for coronavirus. The Donald backtracked on his comments and claimed he was just being sarcastic, sentiments echoed by his new medical consultants, Mr. Muscle and the toilet duck. Trump's credibility took another nosedive in a typo-ridden tweet against the fake news media, suggesting that journalists deserve to lose their Nobel Prizes. The Twitterverse promptly descended on the Orange Avenger and pointed out that it's actually spelled Nobel Prizes. Trump promptly deleted the tweet and claimed he was being sarcastic again, but everybody still thought he was being a right knut. Meanwhile, and to demonstrate this channel doesn't deal solely with partisan perverts, Joe Biden went on record this week to explicitly deny accusations of sexual assault. The presidential candidate is accused by former employee Tara Reid, who maintains the incident took place in 1993 when Biden represented Delaware in the Senate. Biden insisted that he could not remember any complaint being filed, probably the wrong thing to say for a man who is perpetually teased by the conservative media for being a drooling, confused geriatric. This will of course raise concern over the idea of having a potential sex offender in the running for president. Again. Amongst the social media storm and bleach-based drama, America reached a grim milestone this week with over 1 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 infections and over 70,000 deaths. Probably a bad time for Mike Pence to flout medical advice by visiting Mayo Clinic in Minnesota without wearing a mask. Although to be fair, if Mike Pence covers his face for too long, it causes his processors to overheat, resulting in systems failure. Back at home, Matt Hancock announced that the UK had indeed met its target of 100,000 COVID tests a day. However, announcing it isn't actually the same as achieving it. Apparently, including all the test-at-home kits they've sent out in the post is the same as doing the actual tests. Luckily, that must mean I actually have 38 jobs rather than being permanently unemployed. In the midst of PPE shortages and no end in sight to lockdown, it was refreshing to have some good news as Captain Tom Moore celebrated his 100th birthday this week. The Queen herself awarded everybody's favourite centenarian with the title of Honorary Colonel as he single-handedly raised over £30 million for the NHS by walking laps of his garden. Although this probably means that Priti Patel will declare him fit for work and stop his pension. Boris Johnson returned to 10 Downing Street this week after recovering from his own battle with COVID-19, thus drawing an end to the amount of time it's not been okay to say that he's been doing a shit job. Boris and partner Carrie Symonds also celebrated the birth of their son this week, who they named Wilfred Laurie Nicholas Johnson, because of course they fucking did. This is the couple's first child together, although Boris is no stranger to fatherhood. He is almost the only entry on Wikipedia to have his number of children list as at least 6. And finally, in fatter news, Belgians are literally being urged to eat chips to save jobs. The nation, known for its love of fries, is said to have 750,000 tons of potatoes piled up at warehouses because of the coronavirus disruption. Hard-up farmers are now encouraging Belgians to eat chips at least twice a week. Eamon Holmes has embraced this idea, but in fairness, he did start in 1975.
The Week in Dummary.